Buenos días a todos y gracias por su invitación. Disculpe, lo voy a hacer la presentación en inglés porque es más fácil para yo. Voy a compartir mi presentación. I hope that you can see my presentation. So I am Antoine Messier. I'm Deputy Director of International Collaboration at Chimie Paris-Tech. Chimie Paris-Tech PSL is one of the schools from the university PSL, with a big new university in France gathering 11 schools. 3 of them are in engineering. So today I will make a presentation mostly focused on the engineering part because I come from this part from PSL. But of course, if you need more information about other parts of PSL in humanities or arts, I will be happy to provide more information later on. So the School of Chemistry, as any school in PSL, are very strong in history. So we were founded at the late 19th century. By Charles Friedel, so the chemists know very well this chemist. We were directed by a Nobel Prize. We also are quite proud of having the first woman in France embracing an engineer career in France, and we are the famous alumni who is Eugène Schuller, the founder of L'Oréal. We are at the heart of Paris, like all the school of PSL. Paris is our campus, and we host a student within Paris downtown. So PSL, as I mentioned, as a whole, is a very strong university in research, covering all field of research, except we don't have any hospital within the university. But otherwise, we cover all fields of disciplines, and we are in the top 50 on all the ranking now. For Chimie Paris-Tech and in general with PSL, we aim to provide basic research information and courses linked with also application to the society and the industry. So we are developing our research and we train our students thanks to the research we develop in our school and university. That's why we have 3 laboratories of research. All of them are labeled with the CNRS. The CNRS is the main research organization in France and in Europe, and having a joint laboratory with them is very important for the capacity to do research. So we have one institute dealing mainly with material sciences and energy, all kind of energy, renewable energy, but also nuclear energy. We have one dedicated institute on the link between chemistry and life science on this. And finally, we are also part of a major laboratory dedicated to photovoltaic. And for instance, the main electricity provider, the French one, is part also of this laboratory. So that's our 3 labs. We are quite small with 150 researchers in the school, and we have 3 laboratories doing this research. So this is few keywords you can see. All those keywords you will have them also in the courses we deliver in engineering part at master level, or for a PhD thesis also. So as you can see, it's very wide because we have also some teams dealing with materials for heritage. And we do also nanomaterials. We have some new processes related to plasma, so it's our chemical engineering, but we do also theoretical chemistry. We have some computer devices and power to make simulation, for instance, and we have hydrogen technology, nanomaterials, etc. So we try to be very generalist in the chemistry, and then the application could be very diverse for the businesses. What I can see, so in some illustration, you can see that we do some modeling. I mentioned that we also have good teams in flow chemistry in the school. Catalysis is really important. Make the chemical reaction more efficient or do reaction or produce new product or existing product with renewable resources is one of the main topic of the school. So it's really about making savings, being more efficient. So we are really aiming of developing new technologies that will contribute to the sustainable development of our life on this. And as I mentioned, we have some health related topic, mainly on imaging, detecting disease, for instance, but also we have a team trying to develop new drugs for some cancer in the school. So that's broadly what we do in research. I mentioned just one a very important initiative in the school, which is a chair called Urban Mind, with the dedicated a business in France that is responsible for recycling electronic devices. So with these businesses, we try to develop new way and improved way to recycle our electronic devices. And we all know that it's a major issue for now, because we all have a phone and we change it maybe too often, and we need to recycle all the materials within the phone, for instance, and we are working on this, for instance, in the school with ecosystem and other school also within Paris. So that, having said that, our training in the engineering school and mostly in PSL is almost only at graduate level. So our engineering degree is 3 years, giving the title of or similar title like a master degree. We do have some master degree in the school, and also we have PhD. We don't have bachelor at the school. We are not like any other university in France or in the world. We mainly work with this way: engineering, master, and PhD level. What we are currently, what is our motto is really to train top level professional. And as you can see, we start for the basic research, basic knowledge, analytical chemistry, solid states, electrochemistry. Then we try to apply or to add the dimension of environment, life, health, sustainability, so that our students, when they are employed in company or become researcher in a public, have a really the good profile to contribute to the society, thanks to the technique and to the knowledge we can provide them. Our engineering degree, so it's very specific in France because it's a 3-year degree. Usually, degree at this level are more 2 years, or we are in other country, student needs to spend 5 full years of study to get the engineering degree. For us, we only train the last 3 years in the school. So we start again, as I mentioned, with basic courses, and then we enable students to progressively choose the color they would like to have in the profile. So we have a new application, and we try also to train them around entrepreneurship and innovation and innovative mindset for the future. During year 2 and year 3, it's really we have only elective courses. So the students are really tailoring their 3rd year to really have a specialization before going to the job market. During the final year, it's quite important to note that we have a 6 months internship, so it's very long work with also a defense on this, and we believe that it's not enough. So even during the 2nd year, our students have a first long experience, also 4 to 5 months, so that really our students are really ready for the job market after they are graduated on this. And it's also a good way for us to have strong links with industrials and other company in the area in France or in the world. So that's the engineering, 3 years, but also if you would like to come to Paris, you can come to do a master degree, like any master degree. So I will not make the presentation. It's 1 year or 2 years, depending on what you have done before. We have, of course, as a School of Chemistry, a master degree in chemistry with different tracks on this. Pay attention because most of those tracks are still in French. But what we are trying to do in PSL is to develop new master degree, and especially we have created the integrative chemistry and innovation that is fully in English. And once again, it's really to study chemistry, but in a more innovative way with the new technique, the new chemistry, so that students can really apply this knowledge in companies afterwards. We also have material science and engineering. We work with other engineering schools in PSL to develop this part of material sciences, which is quite critical. Again, at the beginning, it was partly in French and partly in English. Now it's almost full in English. So we welcome very much international students in master degree in material science and engineering. I mentioned energy, so we have one dedicated tracks in nuclear energy on this, and we have a more general master degree in energy related to sustainable energy, decarbonation, etc. And finally, as we mentioned, also chemistry and health, we do provide also a master degree in biomedical engineering with other partners in the Parisian region to develop, for instance, a bioimaging track at PSL. So that's master degree. So if you would like to have a specialization at this level, of course, with PSL, we also try to host students from master degree to PhD. We have some funding for that, and we have at the school 4 programs. At the university level, is more than 30 programs, but for the school in chemistry, we have 4 programs on this related to chemistry. So usually how we host a student, mostly in double degree. So we especially in engineering, we welcome very much after having an agreement student for 2 years, so that they really have the time to learn, to get this experience in businesses thanks to the internship, and get our degree and the degree from the home university. So students are in a very long exchange according to this process. But you can also come in master degree. So either you register and you spend the full M1, M2. Also, we are trying to develop some double degree in master degree, where you could spend the M1 the first year at your place, and you come in Paris for the second year. It's quite new, so it's not very common for now. But keep in mind, depending on how far you are in your study. But this is also possible to come only for the M2 level in Paris. The application is a bit different depending, and the calendar is still depending on the degree because we are progressing, harmonizing our processes, but we are not that yet. So for the engineering process, the engineering degree, we do have other processes with partner in different part of the world, and we are trying to settle new agreements, especially with Parisian universities. But otherwise, any student, any graduate can apply via PariTech program. I put the link, and we usually recruit students during the autumn for the next academic year. For the MSc degree, PSL offers a dedicated portal for that. Usually, we encourage also international students to apply in the November session, so that they can have the decision very quick and then prepare their stay when they come to Paris. And for PhD, it's much more flexible. Even if a PhD starts in September, October, November, the recruitment process really depends on your future supervisor. So on this, it's less structure. But always open to international students. Scholarship, very quickly. So we are quite successful in gathering external funding to support our students coming. So from French Embassy, from different programs, from our foreign affairs, FL or FITEC for the engineering part. We hope that also some national program in the home country also we could be quite successful of that. Roughly in our cohort of international students, half of them have a scholarship. Also, we have a specific scheme in the school we can implement during the third year of the school, which is called professionalization contract. Basically, the student is at the same time employed by a company and spend roughly half the time at the school for the courses and half the time to do a piece of work in the company. And this is a very secured way to stay in Paris. A very good proportion of international students apply for this scheme, find a company to support them. It's very good for them, and they are very successful. The French company are very welcoming international students in their laboratories to do this scheme on this. And we have this similar scheme for master degree, and also, as I mentioned, PSL around November will also issue some scholarship. And finally, when you are in a company, you are always paid. That's really important. When you do an internship, that's to be paid. So that's also quite a And finally, just to conclude, we have a dedicated welcome desk support to provide you assistance with the visa, accommodation, etc., as any other international university. And though we are hosting more and more students, so we can offer you more and more and a better experience in Paris. So that's broadly what I can say about the engineering part of PSL, more especially on Chimie Paris Tech. And I'm happy to answer any question about possible studies in Paris. Thank you very much.